Hi everyone, it's Don, and it was really interesting that on my Caribbean Princess cruise, I love to go to the Yes No game show. I won this one, by the way. But I was going with my friend Olivia, and she was trying to knock me out, right? But she asked me a question, and I immediately knew the answer. But it's a bit of a dark answer, and I don't think she was expecting it, but it's absolutely true. She asked me, as a travel agent, what's the worst part of my job? Now, many of you are going to say the worst part of your job would be one of two things. Being on hold with the cruise lines to try and get something done. When you're on hold for 4 or 5 hours to try and just do one thing. Yep, that's annoying. Not the worst part of my job. How about people who are expecting too much? We want a mini suite cabin for 2 people with gratuities included, with perks included, drink packages included and everything, and we only have $1,500 to spend. And we want it for a 10-day cruise. People who have too high of expectations of what things are. Is that the worst part of my job? No. Absolutely not. That's an annoyance of your job. Those things are annoying things, but everybody has annoying things in their job, right? Whether you're a taxi driver or you're working in an office, everybody has an annoying part to their job. The truly sad part of my job is when, for instance, I will call somebody because we're coming up to, say, a final payment. Got a final payment coming up, and I call, hi, how are you? It's Don. I just want to remind you that we have a final payment coming up next month, for our cruise. And, would you like to continue, or would you like me to cancel the cruise? What would you like me to do? And I find out from the person I'm talking to that the person I'm looking for has passed away. That is truly the most devastating part of my job. And unfortunately, it happens all the time. It recently happened to another friend of mine who's cruised with us a few times, and their father passed away. And that's what kind of reminded me of this, is because we don't know until we make the call. And we're calling, thinking we're calling about something that's happy. Right? We're calling, hey, it's time for the cruise. We all get together and have a wonderful vacation. And then you find out one of them, or even sometimes, believe it or not, sometimes both of them have passed away when I call. That's what happens when you book things like over a year and a half in advance. Lots of things can happen, right? And it really, as somebody who knows people by emails and interactions and meeting them on cruises and talking to them, it hits home so often. It truly hits me right here every single time. And I feel horrible when I call and I don't know. Because I feel, even though there's no reason for me to know, I feel like I should have known. Because I feel close to everybody. And that's what makes it hard. It's impossible for me to know personally what's happening with over 1,000 clients. It's impossible. I can know from a couple emails what people are doing and talking to them, but I don't know on a daily basis what's happening in their lives, etc. Right? It's not that kind of relationship. But it really is hard when, people you talk to all the time, and then you call and find out that they're gone. And you think back of some of the conversations, you look back on your emails that you were talking to people. Some people were planning surprise trips for other family members and hoping to surprise them on something different. And it really is hard when that happens. And yeah, it was just funny because that's my natural response when somebody asks me what's the worst part of my job. They're expecting me to say all that other stuff, right? People who expect too much, or dealing with the cruise lines, or things like that. But in reality, mine is when somebody passes away and I don't know when, and I make that call. And so when she asked me, Olivia, on the Yes No Game show, I immediately said that. And in my head I went, boy, this fun game show just went really dark on here. It just turned really, really dark. And so I tried to lighten it up afterwards by making kind of Disney joke, retirement jokes, stuff like that. But yeah, I think I caught Olivia a little off guard, because the next 30 seconds of that 3 minutes that she was trying to knock me out, she was having a harder time coming up with new questions for me. So yeah, so just be warned. If you're anything like me, I take so many things to heart because so many people have been there for me through many, many rough times, right? When I was looking so horrible for my chemo, when I lost, all my hair and I had all those spots on my face and stuff like this, and people kept on rooting me on and cheering me on, and then my total of 8 surgeries, everyone was there, to keep me motivated and keep me going. And truly that really did help me through every single thing I went through. People always come up, oh, you're an inspiration, you're so strong, and well, I probably wouldn't have had everyone out there not been so great to me. So absolutely amazing. There's not one person, and I met literally close to 80 to 100 different couples and people on the Caribbean Princess the last 7 days, and there's not one that didn't ask me how my health is. And that truly is a sign of how people care, and I really do appreciate that. And I want you to know it goes both ways, because when I make that call and I find out something happened to somebody I'm calling who I have a relationship with through the company or through emails, or just comes on 1 or 2 group cruises or just books anything with me, I have that connection. And boy, the next few days after that, that's all I'm thinking of. And it's I guess a testament to how things can be in your life, that you appreciate the good things that's happened to you, and you can still feel for when bad things are happening to other people, and you want any of their pain to go away as fast as possible, but you still want to have those good memories of all those loved ones. And when whenever somebody tells me that somebody passed away, the first thing on my mind is that, well, they're surrounded by people who love them and doing things that they love to do. And in all honesty, that's all any of us can really hope for, is when it's our time, that we're doing something we love when it happens, and we're surrounded by our loved ones.